we see two challenges when companies are scaling Agile. One, the slicing of the requirements is not right, and two, the high-level master plan is not in place. When we get the slicing right, and when we get the master plan in place, then we are able to do the big room planning, which you might know as PI planning, and the sprint planning, and you're able to plan and run your program in a sufficient way. So it's obviously a lot of work to get ready for a big room planning where maybe 100 people or more are planning 3 months work ahead. That is a lot of work to get ready for that. And in order to get ready for that, you need to have your master plan right. Your master plan is based on the strategic goals, and you get all the stakeholders together and you help them estimate, prioritize, and think about, give their best shot at how many epics will fit into each quarter going forward, with special focus on the first quarter. The stakeholders that need to be here for this master planning includes the product owners and the scrum masters, so that they can carry the knowledge they get with them into the big room planning and share that with their teams, and also of course have that knowledge in place and share it during the day-to-day work in the work that's happening in the following quarter. This is a facilitated process, the master planning, and one of the reasons why we need a facilitator is that pretty often we see that stakeholders are not 100% aligned, and if this alignment is not happening before the big room planning and the sprint planning happens, then obviously these people will get confused and not deliver the optimal business value. So it takes a good master plan to get ready for the big room planning. So what does it take to get ready for the master planning? We need to have our requirements organized in the right way, sliced in the right way. And like cutting a cake, there's only one good way and many bad ways to cut a cake. So if you cut a cake like this, you will get the cream on top, you will get the strawberries, and you will get the first layer of the cake, the bread. Not a good way to cut a cake. Another bad way to cut a cake is just like cutting it sort of in the middle. And then you have two big chunks of cake and nobody can eat that much cake. There's only one right way to cut a cake. It's like in layer cake pieces, like triangles. That's the only right way to cut a cake. And the same goes for slicing requirements. There's only one right way, and that is by asking yourself who will be using the system, the product, and what will they be using it for? In other words, what are the user scenarios? And you need to think about the requirements so that it's a whole user scenario that you start creating, or that the epic that the user scenario is becoming. By the way, we need a good number of epics for the master planning is between 20 and 30. And one of the issues is that your epics can be too large. So if we were developing a travel booking system, then if we created a booking system where you could only travel as a couple, pay by visa, travel business class, and having half board on the trip, and it's only 1 week, by the way. If you're developing that slice, you could say, of the system, that's very easy. You don't need to think about all the other options that the people could choose. Then you can create that fairly quickly, and you can get the feedback loops going, so you gauge whether you're actually on the right track or not. So that's user scenarios. If you have a lot of small requirements already, and you want to organize those into epics that later on goes into the master planning, then you can organize them with cards on the table. We call this story mapping, even though this might not be stories. When you have the slicing right, then you're able to do the master planning right. When you have the master planning right, you have the foundation for the big room planning, the PI planning, and thereby you can you have the foundation for working and developing efficiently in the whole quarter, including going to the sprint planning. So when you're slicing right and you have your master planning right, you're able to deliver business value for your organization. You're able to delight your customers.